Go get your brushes, go get your paint. This is how you do it, the Shoshie way. I'm gonna teach you, be ready to learn. Cause when I'm done, it's your turn. Take your time, steady and you can do it right. Shoshie can enter my world, watch real close. And when I'm through, oh, why not have it go? Take your time, steady and you can do it right. Shoshie can enter my world, watch real close. And when I'm through, oh, why not have it go? Oh, we paint miniatures. We paint miniatures. We paint miniatures. Turn on, tune in, hear what I say. Watch real closely, enjoy your stay. You'll see me painting from up above. And if you like it, give it mad love. Take your time, steady and you can do it right. Shoshie can enter my world, watch real close. And when I'm through, oh, why not have it go? Take your time, steady and you can do it right. Shoshie can enter my world, watch real close. And when I'm through, oh, why not have it go? We paint miniatures. 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 We paint miniatures.
Hello, it is Shoshie and we are live. Let me start my little music here. Welcome. I don't know if anybody's watching just yet. I'm going to sign into my chat. Betalure is here. I'm so glad. All right, yay. I'm so glad we're streaming again. We're doing another live stream. I'm going to have some other guests join us hopefully soon. Let me just double check and make sure. I just sent the Patreon link. Betalure, if you check your email and just see if you got a link in Patreon and if it works for me. All right, we're all good. We can start painting. Or we can at least check and see. Make sure you can hear and see me okay. Looks like you can. Good, we're all set. All right, so today we are finishing painting the Slenderman model. This is it from Kingdom Death, which is a horror game. There we go. Yay. And if you're in chat and you can see this, just let me know you're here. Just do a little emoji or just a little hi there, Shoshie. And just to know, so I know who's here. It just helps me kind of feel better about not streaming just so I can hear myself talk. All right, I'm doing a real quick washout of my water cup. Yay, thank you. Email link works. Awesome. That's so Patreon has a thing where you can actually live stream in their app. And I think I hooked that up for the first time. Either way, I think it's good. Yay. All right. Robert, I'm super psyched about getting that Kingdom Death coin. Yep, got the email. Excellent. All right, so what I've decided, I'm definitely going to go kind of a Jack Skellington route with this guy, which I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet with the socks. I might keep those white. It kind of look cool and creepy. Actually, you know what? I kind of want to make them like his skin. So let's put this swash on it. I think it'll be cool. This is the Drakenhof Nightshade Wash from Citadel. I'm going to put that on there. Before I do that, I need to add a little bit of contrast medium because it does thin it out a lot. Contrast medium, technical medium. I'm going to shake this. I feel like I need to shake all of the things because you just never know. I'm going to put some of this on my palette. Good. And then I'm going to grab some of the wash. I'm already dropping things on the floor, Batalur. I just dropped Nolan oil on the floor, which hopefully I won't need. There we go. Okay, sweet. Let's see how this looks on the legs. Glasses are off. Oh, it's very thin. Let me add a little bit more of that Drakenhof Nightshade. I feel like the blue makes it feel like he's kind of almost dead-like a little bit. There we go. A little bit more blue. And the contrast medium makes all of the color kind of seep into the shadows. There we go. Oh, I like it. That does feel creepy because then it looks like it's his bare legs that are kind of sticking out. And for some reason, that's creepy. That's good. I'm going to let that dry. And I'm going to start painting some of the details on here. I'm going to use some of my Nightshade Purple to dark line underneath this cuff. And what that'll do is like that, see how much that pops out compared to that? And we'll do that here too. Add a little black to my Nightshade Purple. There we go. That's good. And then under his lace cuff here too, because we want that to look like he's actually wearing something. There. Dark lining is a little tedious, but it really, look at the difference on this side and this side. There's a difference. And then we're going to do under the collar here as well. Yeah. Okay. Oops. There we go. There we go. I'm just noticing what is painted, what's not. I'm really bad about ignoring the back when I'm streaming. Sorry, you thought you were chucking them? Oh, yeah. No. I'm going to grab some of this ivory. I feel like the ivory might, yeah, it's going to show up better and be lighter than this gray, white, or whatever color that I had on you. I just want to test it. Yeah, that looks good. And now I'm going to take this edge of my brush and I'm just going to kind of tap because there's holes on this lace and I don't want to just drop paint on top of it because it will fill in the little holes. So I'm just going to kind of tap around them and look at the difference. There we go. Yes. Okay, now this part, I'm going to go ahead and just paint this straight on. It's going to fill in some of the stuff, but I have to go back and paint over it anyway. Yeah, that looks good. I'm going to flip it over. Do the same thing on the back because this just didn't get painted last time because I wasn't focusing on the back. You know, it's funny when it's not a commission and when it's just mine. People ask me, what's your least favorite part of the model to paint? And it's the back. It's funny. There we go. So get all this part filled in and then we can go back and detail it after the fact, but it wasn't even painted in the first place, so flip, flip, flip. There, much better. Okay. Oh, and I gotta paint the underside too. There's the underside of the collar, which you're not gonna see, but it will make it feel more completed when you're turning the model around like this. And then the back of these little lace pieces and the underside of those as well. How have you been, Bachelor? There we go. Let's get a little bit more water on my brush. This music is so chill that you're just gonna be lulled to sleep. Okay, do I want to mess with the front? I'm not gonna mess with the front because I've already got it all nice. We will hit the underside of this though. I was looking around for my apron because I'm wearing a really nice sweater and I'm scared that I'm going to get paint on it. And I was remembering that I had an apron that used to say schmutz. Do you guys remember that? And I have no idea where it is at all. It's like my schmutz apron disappeared. So I think I might order another one. Because you can't have too many, even if I lose the other one. All right, so back to white. We're going to get back to white. Do I have white? Yes. This is the white I want to use. This is the satin white. Ah, I see people talking. Hello, Kat. Getting better. Good. I'm so glad. Hi, Kat. It's been a while. How are you? All right. So for those of you who aren't my top tier patrons, you probably don't know, but I have recently sent the merman to the sculptor. So and the sculptor's really excited about him because she said that she really likes the model. She thinks that there's not a lot out there like it on the market, and that's cool. I think that artists are excited by that kind of thing. And then I also, my demon librarian was being worked on by this artist, the illustrator, but I didn't have a strong concept to begin with. And so we're going to rework it because it just wasn't where I wanted it. Oh, look at the difference in when I put the highlight on those knuckles. It's crazy. That did make a difference. It looks much better. So I would just put it where the knuckle meets the finger here, not all the way up, but just enough to make it look like there's a little bit of a bend in that. And then now we can put a little bit of this on the knee to do the same thing, to kind of make it feel like that part is sticking out. That looks very cool and creepy. Water, water. All my contrast medium over there has blue in it now, so I can't use it. Right. Yes. Put a little bit of white on his head because I think that could definitely be lighter. Whoa. Yeah. Check the back. Do this white on the calves because those are definitely going to be lighter. That's good. And then on the back of the hands, because even though you can't really see it, that's still going to have a little bit of highlights. What I really need to do is work on the black fingernails on the back here. Yeah, that looks good. So I can't remember if I mentioned it, but we're going to work on a Jack Skellington theme for this, or at least the pinstripe suit. I think I'm going to do the pinstripe suit for sure on my Slenderman, Slendy. Okay, let's go back to this light gray that I have, and I'm going to paint these cuffs with this light gray. That's my base coat. And on the backs of his knees with this little bit of lace back here on his pant cuffs. So the reason why we base in gray is because if you base it in white, then you can't highlight, right? You can't, there's nowhere to go from there. So you can't get any, you can't get any brighter, whiter. For some reason, this paint that's already on here is being a little hydrophobic. That's annoying. It's repelling the paint a little bit. There. Okay, that looks good. Now before, I was using this green color. It actually says bright warm gray, but it's kind of a green gray. I guess, yeah, I wouldn't call it a gray at all. Bright warm gray, bright warm green. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and hit all of these little spiky doodads that make this tentacle look really cool. So also, if you are interested, Kingdom Death is having a pinup painting contest, and I already said on Patreon yesterday that if anybody is interested in entering that, I will give them basically free help. All patrons are eligible to get advice. Just make sure you tag me if you put anything in Instagram, because I might not get it. I might not get the message if you don't. There we go. These are really cool. They really do look like little teeth. I feel like Slenderman would go really well with the witches that are in the Flower Witch expansion, because he's got little like vine tentacles all over him, and their outfits are kind of like this. we go. Whew. Let's get the front. Finally able to jump on the stream. Yes. Hello, Hindenburg. Welcome. Hello, hello. You can see and hear me okay, right? Making sure. I'm going to shut my phone off because I just heard it make a noise. There we go. All right. Like I said, we're in the process of adding little teeth to these Slenderman tentacles. Very carefully. The thing about streaming is that I'm always have to be extra careful when I'm streaming, because having to hold it in a certain place, like I can't sit here and do this back here. I have to have it in front of you guys so you can see what I'm doing, which limits how fast I can paint, how accurate I can paint. So if I have to be extra careful. Sometimes that's not a bad thing. Sometimes it makes it a little bit more stressful. That looks very cool. By the way, I was able to get to see my dad's grave just in time for sunset last night. It was perfect timing. There we go. All right, do I have all the... I don't have all the little thorns. I guess that's what I'm going to call them. I'm going to call them either thorns or teeth. Slenderman has. Slenderman. Jewish Slenderman. Ah! Okay, I guess that's a big one. Little ones over here. Everything's ending up big. I have too much water in my paint, so I'm going to dab that. See if this works better. Yes, much better. What I'll do, so where I messed up right here, I'm going to wait until that's completely dry, and then I'll go ahead and touch it up with black. If I go into it now, it's just going to make it worse and make a mess, because the wet paint will smear or blend, and it won't be a bright color like it was. Yeah, I'm really happy with how that looks. There are more over here that I missed. Okay. I'm just doing the front. So what happens, what I do when I'm streaming is I get distracted by my own work. Ah, got some on his arm. Don't do that. I get distracted by my own work, so I start turning the model, and then I'm not even done with the front. I need to finish a whole spot before I go on. There we go. Oop, more paint. Yes. It's so funny how small things like this just make a difference. All right. Now I can flip it and get all the ones that I missed on the back. And there's a lot of them. Because I was kind of going all over the place. There's a bunch down here that I missed, a bunch down here. This little swirly one is really important. Because there's lots of teeth on it. and put one on the end of that. Yes. Oh, that looks awesome from the back. And then as I get up here, it doesn't seem like there's as many. There we go. Okay. Looks good. I'm going to use my, what is it? Not Dragon-Off Nightshade. My Nightshade Purple. That's what I was going to look for. And of course, things disappear on my desk as usual. Here it is. Nope, that's Walnut Brown. Walnut Brown is not the same. Stone Wash. Brown liner. Nightshade Purple. It's right in front of me the whole time. Come in loud and clear. Awesome. All right, put some of this paint. This is what we call, you can see how it's like the squid ink purple. Nightshade Purple is the purple of all blacks. And I'll go ahead and touch up that bit of here. You know, I'm curious. This Nightshade Purple is almost darker than my black. Let me see what the Walnut Brown looks like. The Walnut Brown is warm-ish. I'm curious because I want to highlight the tentacles because some of them are going in front of each other, but I don't know what it's going to look like. Oh, that's a beautiful dark color. Wow, that's pretty. Let's see what this does to my, we'll just put it wherever it's in front, where it's like we're highlighting our black. Ah, I kind of like it. This one's in front of that one. I don't think it's doing a lot. It's not, you might not even be able to pick it up on camera. But it's you know what? It's not doing anything. What happens if I mix some of this light gray with my Nightshade Purple? We're going to get a beautiful, look at this color. A beautiful gray. I'm going to make it so that it's very dark gray. All right, this might be good. It kind of might still read. And I'm just going to tap to try to highlight and see what happens. Oh yeah, that's it. That's it. And what's nice about this, oh my goodness, I love it. Oh yeah. It really feels like a highlight, especially on top of that brown. But it's holding its darkness. Does that make sense? Anywhere I'm seeing the light from the overhead, I'm adding this gorgeous purpley gray. Yes, yes. Yeah, I think I do need to go in there with my walnut brown now because I do think it made a little difference. So first what I did was I highlighted with the walnut brown, and then I'm going to go in there with my purple gray on top of that. And while I'm doing that, I can also clean up the edges of where I put these little teeth. Make that more concise too. Yep. It's crazy what little things will do to, it's like highlighting black. You wouldn't think that you'd be able to do that, but it made a big difference here. Okay, that's good. This is still with the highlighting with the walnut brown. And like I said, you don't see it that much. It doesn't show up at all hardly when I'm putting it on just by itself. But after I added that purple, it really was like pop. There it was. And you can see, can you see the difference between this part and this part? This part is like solid black, where this is like more, I don't know how to say, defined. So we're doing it everywhere now. Okay, now with the purple blackish color, we're gonna, again, tap, because we can control how much gets set on there. I love it. That looks so good. Yeah, I mean, this side is way better. So do you guys remember the Canuck Mara that I did, the Canadian Chimera? We just recently got the Osmera, so there's an Australian Chimera that I got now. Let's do a little bit of touch up right there. And so I'm going to hopefully be painting that sometime very soon. Oh, I love it. Okay. Going to add a little bit more highlight over here. See, we can add more gray or less gray depending. What did I add to that? I added the light gray, that's it. So watch this. So like right here, I'm just going to tap just the tiniest amount. And right there, because those two spots, we kind of got an over-under thing with the tentacles, and I want to really highlight that. Oops, see, that's too much. And just go back with a little bit of the, I just got to notice. Oh no, virus threat. Okay, good. Yeah, it does make a difference. Awesome. I'm so glad you guys can see that then. The walnut and the black together do make a difference. Okay. You can see this side is a little bit more defined than this. This doesn't have as many overlaps, so we're not gonna, where's my walnut? There we go. So there won't be as much going on over here, but we can do the main highlights, like where it bends. Any of these little major bends. There we go. Flip it. We'll flip it. Especially up here. Ah! Okay. It's nice. And we're going to go back to our dark, super dark gray and just a little bit, just a little bit of the edge, basically an edge highlight essentially. It's wet blending it into the brown too. That's nice. More light color over here. Okay. Did I get the front? No, I did not. But we did get the brown on there, so. Ooh. Just that little bit did a lot. Like I said, I'm looking at where the overhead light is hitting my model. And then I'm going back in and painting that in. Painting in the overhead light so we get a contrast of some kind. Yeah. Bene, bene. Good, good. All right, flip it. Now this whole part needs our walnut again. Anywhere again where that it's going over. And then I'll hit it with that gray in a minute. There's a lot going on. It's subtle though. That one's over that. And then this one's over those. Oh, and there's a bend up here. It's amazing how, it's amazing to me how much just that walnut did. And then we're going to go ahead and go back to our super dark gray and tap highlight in that part. And all of this is just stuff I'm just kind of winging. I'm winging it. I don't really know before I do it what it's gonna do, except for what I want to do. Sometimes it does it, sometimes it does not. This time it's absolutely doing what I want it to do. It's actually doing better than I wanted it to do. I am very happy. Highlighting dark colors is probably, it's just very difficult because you can get away with a lot of different highlights, but sometimes you lose it reading the same darkness, right? It's still, I feel like this is still reading as black, and that's really good. Okay. Yay, yay. This is really difficult in here. There's like this kind of filigree, and I really want to do a good job on it. Because it's not cooperating. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to do glaze over it to help fill in some of the dark colors that I want to be there. And I think I need to do my pinstripe first. So the pinstripe, I'm going to use my gray because I want to be able to show volume on my stripes. Let's go ahead and make this stripe straight down the front here. Boom. Now from here on out I can do the same stripe. Like this, see? To do a pinstripe, you do need to have a steady hand. You also need to eyeball pretty good, because as you can see, the black stripe in each part here isn't the same. So you might need to come in and go back and forth until they look straight-ish, and then Doesn't need to be perfect. It needs to follow the directionality of the model. So now we're going to start up here. Oh, this has too much paint in it. There you go. See, I followed that all the way down. I kind of had an urge to stop for a minute, but I knew that if I didn't keep following it, it might screw it up. And you're just going to go back and forth on each side because I feel like that's going to make it the most symmetrical. Good. Okay. This is a freehand technique that I don't think is for beginners. I'm having trouble with it myself. See, there's a thin one, but that's okay because it's kind of disappearing into his leg. Let's see if I need to make a little bit thicker on this side. Yes. Yes. Much better. Again, eyeballing it, making sure it comes all the way down to the end. Let's try this one. This one I think is going to need a touch up. Maybe a little bit. Now, the way things are right now, it looks like he has a white suit with black stripes, which we can fix that later just by going back with my Nightshade purple and touching up where I think that it's going to need it to make the stripes look like the black is a little bit whiter. Yeah, that looks good. Let's do this side because this side feels good, but yeah, that's nice. Oh, I might be overthinking it. That also happens. All right, let's just not think. I'm just gonna do and stop talking for a minute. Yes. Oh, that's gorgeous. Now it's starting to feel more like yes. I love it. Okay, so even if we just stick with the black pinstripe pants, I think it looks awesome. What do you guys think so far? Let's do this. Oh, that's going to be way too thick. Well, let's see. It might be fine if we can get this line laid in. Nice. It's a little bit wide. Let's let that dry a little bit. It's amazing. It's insane your hand shape. Okay, so again, I've got both elbows on the table. I'm kind of bracing a finger on the model, which is not the best idea. But the fact is that I have 3 points of stability. You want 3 points of stability. Ideally not touching the model, but sometimes you can't help it. Yeah. Okay, down here on his cuffs, that's bothering me. Let's go with ivory. I'm going to tap again to make that lighter. That's cool. Okay, so remember how we use gray on the pants? It's reading as white. That's perfect. Now we can take our ivory, and anywhere where this fabric bows out a little bit, we can paint in the ivory highlight. See what it's going to do? Watch what it's going to do. So the stripes flattened everything out, but we can bring back our volumes by highlighting on the stripes with a brighter, lighter color, like warm ivory. Yes. Okay, I don't like the ivory. It's too ivory. So I'm going to go back to white and see what happens if I highlight that with the white. All my white is kind of drying on my palette a little bit. Oh yeah, that's pretty. So it does need the ivory, but whoa. Okay, so let's go back to the ivory. Ivory and then white. That's my cue. Anywhere there's a bump in the fabric. Yes. Whoa, paint's drying on my brush. Get that wet. Yes, 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 yes. Kind of do this technique, this highlighting the volumes of the bumps. I do this, yeah, that's cool looking and weird looking too. It's giving me like an optical illusion a little bit. All right, let's do the white. This will be even weirder here. I'm definitely going to have to go in with my black or my Nightshade purple and chisel this out a little bit. What did I just do? I just painted in the wrong spot. Okay. Trying to get the white here. There we go. All right, now let me see if I've got a smaller brush. Yes, I do. This one is smaller. And with my Nightshade purple, I can kind of go in and fix the sides of my white stripes. Yep. Beautiful. This is one of those, if your hands shake, if you're hungry and you're shaky, be careful, because that's what it's happening to me right now, is I'm getting a little shaky. It's not bad. Because again, the bigger the black stripe, the more it's going to look like a black suit with a white pinstripe. So it's okay to thin out the stripes of the white. Plus, the thinner the white stripes are, the better it will seem. It'll seem more accurate. Ah, I messed that one up. You can see I really thinned that one out. Don't paint directly over a mistake. Wait for it to dry and then fix it. And try not to be as impatient as me, because sometimes I won't wait for things to dry, and then I end up screwing it up, you know? There we go. Perfect. Perfect-ish. Now I'm gonna put my glasses on. Yeah, it's not. That's the thing about freehand, is you really have to be super accurate in order for it to look right. It's getting better. Okay, where's my white? There we go. I'm adding white to these little cuffs, so it really looks white instead of ivory. It's already better. Oh, I'm about to lose my keyboard there. Caught it. Okay, so these little holes, I've got to add the white highlight on the cuff. That looks good. I'll do it on the side too, because I feel like I'm never going to get them to match. Yes. Back to white over here, because we got ivory. Yep. Okay. I'm going to use my ivory to line this. Every one of these has a little pinstripe. I wouldn't really call it a pinstripe though. I'd call it more the filigree of his coat. Ah! Fix that right away. Let's see what happens. Yay. This might get busy with all of this stripes on his coat. Yeah, that's looking good. Very carefully. And a line here. And then another one on the other side. I almost feel like I'm holding my breath. I don't think I am. But I'm definitely like, come on, concentrating. I made a big mistake of not eating breakfast. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do stripes on here. Yes, looks good. I mean, more ivory. It's running a little bit. I like it. Okay, more on the chest again. Oh, that looks amazing. Wow. See, this is the kind of thing where you can take, this model is kind of simple, but I am absolutely jazzing it up to make it harder for myself. Why am I doing that? Maybe on the off chance that it looks even better. Maybe. I'm going to stick to the front for now. Okay. Let's do white, and we're going to come up here. And I'm just going to get the frill edge. The music, I think, might be putting me to sleep. Okay, I'm just gonna, That's cool. I need my glasses. I'm gonna also paint the base because it needs it as well. Let's use this Abaddon Black in a big brush. Stripes are messing with my eyes. I know they're messing with my eyes too. I think it's difficult to paint as well. So we're going to focus on something else, something that is less. Uh-oh, did I just get, I got Nightshade Purple in here. I should have gotten the, this is the Abaddon Black. One of the things you should do when you're painting is let your eyes take breaks. I want to show you. So let's say you're holding your mini right here. Every now and then you need to put your mini down and look distant. Diverge. And then, yeah. It's better for your eyes because you can actually, like, if you paint too much, I think you can actually make your farsightedness bad. Not tons bad, but you can. Because, you know, your eyes are muscles. And you train your eyes to look close, you're going to make your far sight maybe worse. I don't know. I'm not an eyeball nerd. Okay, there we go. More paint. I'm going to be lazy and not put it on the palette and just put it straight on my model. That's good. So this is the airbrush Abaddon Black, and it's not as pigmented. So let me see. Do I have, I know I've got like 5 pots of Abaddon Black. Here, this is the thicker one. I'm just going to grab some of this because I don't have to worry about it being thin on a base. See, watch this. Boom, bam. Boom, bam. Much better. Whoa, can you even see that? There we go. I'm gonna hair dry that. And I'm gonna look at this. Oh, the stripes are messing with my eyes. Let me mute, and I'm gonna hair dry this. You need a break. They need a break for sure. I get all blurry-eyed if I don't look away every so often and allow them to rest. Yes, that's why sometimes using the hair dryer is nice. Okay, I'm gonna mute. Give me a second. And unmute. There we go. All right, so that is mostly dry. It's a lot more dry than it was. Okay. Yeah, stripes are bugging me. Let me see if I can touch up a spot. I need to take my glasses off. Okay. I'm just thinking aloud to myself, what would Jack Skellington, how would he have? Yeah, that looks cool. That looks very cool. Oops. Flip it upside down and see if I can draw these lines. Again, it's not perfect, but it's cool looking. I like that. The stripes are really messing with my eyes. Now that Bachelor said that, I'm like, oh, they are. All right, here. This, maybe I'll, that's what's bothering me. I'm going to do this. I'm going to try to highlight on the pants here. Yeah, that's working. Yes. I'm always so happy when I try a new thing that I don't know if it's going to look good, and then it does. And I'm having my instincts were correct because that little break, it needed that. And then now, take some of this and dark line right here with my purple. Is that black or purple? That's purple. Okay. See, we can even do some clever shading. I'm going to thin out my purple, and I'm just going to cleverly add a shadow right there where the stomach's caved in. And then we're going to add a shadow underneath here. This is just a little bit thinned out. So some of that stripe's going to still show. Oh, and then a little bit here. And definitely under the legs here. Yeah, see what that did? I'm going to use black again. I'll do this. This is my favorite song on this track. There. Well, does he need one more color? Let me think. I feel like he might. Let me think a second here. I need to look at my Slenderman pictures. I feel like he needs one more color somewhere. Guys, throw out some ideas for me, because I feel like it's a little bit blah. There's just a little bit blahness. Maybe on his hands. Maybe blood on his hands. Should I take that risk? Let me put some dark on his fingers first. Well, that right there feels good. I like that. This is a good song for this. Let me see what you guys say. My instinct is saying some kind of green. Oh, I know what it is. Hold on, hold on. Like a sybarite green, maybe? Let's do a mix of sybarite and calabayan green and see what happens. I know that's weird, but I feel like I saw it once on Sarastos. That's a beautiful, ooh, that's a beautiful green. That's the Calaban green. Light purple. Yeah, we've got some light purple on there. We're gonna use a little bit of the sybarite. Oh, that needs shaking. Light purple's already on here. We need one more color that's similar that'll complement. Oh, there we go. Mix that together. Yeah. All right. Thank you for the suggestion, though. I like that. Definitely need to help. All right, let's try it on the feet, because we can always, you know, repaint the feet. Still reading as black. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Let's go to the calabite. Yeah, that calabite's pretty. Calabite without the sybarite or whatever it is. My eyes are definitely going down to his feet now. That's okay. We're gonna work on that. Let's do his just a tiny bit, not a lot, but just a tiny bit of this green on highlights of his. Yeah, that worked. That worked. Just that little tiny bit of green on top of that gray. And it doesn't read as green. Let's do it on the tendrils as well. just on parts of it. Yeah, that's what it needed. I'm going to put just a little bit down in his head. Green is a great color. If you're going to try, if you feel like that you need to add one more color, green is a great color to add because it's a very forgiving color. It's going to go with a lot of things. That looks good. Okay, then we're going to shade a little bit on his coat here. Ooh, too much. Grabbing that Caliban. See what I did? I just made my shadow in that green tone. So again, it's not going to read as super green. I'm looking at it. Sorry. Okay, let's do the lighter green highlight on the feet. Can you see? Okay, I don't hate that. Now that does read more as green. Let's see what happens if I do it over here, just even smaller. So each time we add a highlight, the highlight gets smaller, the lighter it gets. Let's see, that's too green. Maybe. You can always darken it with this. Go back a step. Go back a step up. Kind of like that a lot. I really like that. Now I want to shade in some purples. Where's... I'm going to use my purple shadow here. Hold on. Is that purple? There we go. This is the purple that I have on my palette. It's right there. I think this is transparent purple from the Monument. Tendrils feeling Cthulhu-ish. Yes. Bright contrast. Like yellow or red. See, I think that would really change the whole tone if I did that though. Let me go in here. Okay. Take this purple just a little tiny bit. Oops, see now that's a bit much. Yes. So now as we're creating interest in some of these shadowed areas. It's still retaining our kind of monochrome scheme, but we're dropping in these shadows and it's doing something. Plus, let's see, I want to show you what happens when you mix dark green with purple. You get this gorgeous color. You get this gorgeous teal color. See that? Isn't that beautiful? I love that gorgeous teal blue. In fact, let's go ahead and put that in there. Yes. I love that. Yes. Now, I want to show you, where's purple? So purple and green, we've got my purple and green transparents here. I want to show you what happens when we mix these on this palette. There's the purple, there's the green, put it way over here. Watch, I'm going to mix those together in a little water over here. Ugh, look at that. Freaking, you know what color that is? What is that? Prussian blue. I freaking love Prussian blue. That is my all-time yes. I feel like you can shade anything with Prussian blue. Now I'm dark lining with my Prussian blue. And it's so much better than black. And I'm going to go ahead and add some contrast medium so I can make my own Prussian blue wash. It's probably going to be the same. Wait, this isn't contrast medium. See, I grabbed the wrong thing. Here it is. I'll probably just put paint in my mouth. Okay. So I'm going to add some. Yes. Let's do this on this. I'm going to go ahead and lighten it later. I just need to shade it first. Because remember how we painted it and then we didn't shade it. And I still haven't been painting the back of anything. Let's do it here too. Okay. You know, anywhere we went and we lost some, I'm going to go ahead and hit, see how that pops now? That's better. I need to let that dry. There are little veins all over his head. What happens? I'm just thinking if we take just a little tiny bit of red, because if we put red by the head, there's a chance that it will draw your eye to the head, because right now there's nowhere to draw your eye. That is the wrong color red. We need more of a magenta. Pop, that's boom. Okay. Let's see if this red makes a difference. Tendrils feeling okay. If I goof this up, I will just paint. I'm going to paint each one of these little. And it's a little transparent, so that's perfect. I'm going to add a little bit of contrast medium to this. Oh, I like that. It's creepy. Feels a little brain-like on his face. Yes. A little contrast medium again. What do you think? That works, doesn't it? Let's do a little bit of red around the edge of his collar as well. Woo! That did it. Just a little bit. It's funny because I'm not really that good at horror because I don't have a really I don't have a big dark side. So I don't have a way to tap into that creepy, except for that looks freaking great. Do you think that pops it, doesn't it? Just that a little bit, not so that it's overpowering. But it is creepy now. And I do want to put some on his hands as well. Yes. Yes. We're getting closer to being done, I think. Let's put some on his fingers here. Just a little bit. Let me add the contrast medium so it flows on it. Yep. That's good and very creepy. What do you guys think? That's what it needed. It really needed that. You were right, Bachelor. That little bit of, not a lot of red, because red is so powerful. Red is one of the things that is going to draw your eye, but it just, that little bit, look at that. Creepy. Let's see what happens when I'm very happy with this. I feel like there needs to be a very tiny amount on his knees. Just a tiny amount. Yes. Okay. Oh my gosh. I just need to fix the collar a little bit. Let's go in there with this ivory. Boom. Okay. That red it's really good. Especially around his head. I just really like that. It's creepy and it's good. Really draws your head and to your head in the collar. Yes. You would not want him to meet you in a dark alley for sure. I'm thinking. Oh, I'm seeing other spots that I missed in between his shoes here. Okay. Let me just look at him for a second. I want to change the temperature of my light and see if that makes a difference. See, I can go warm. It did change a little bit for me. There's the cold. I love this light. All right, I need to look at him from a distance now. Let's see. Oh, I like that. From a distance, he looks even better. There needs to be a little bit of purple on his hands because my eyes are getting drawn down to here. So I'm going to add a little bit of purple to the magenta to make it a more rich. There we go. Maybe. There we go. Let's see if this does anything. Yep. Because there's purple on the collar. That's why I was needing that temperature shift. Oh crap, that's amazing. That's saturated and that looks really good and creepy. I'm gonna use a little gray. I'm gonna mix it with this. See what I'm doing? I'm going back and highlighting just enough to kind of tone this red down just a smidge. Yeah, cool. Yeah, that works for me. Yeah, okay, love it. The green sits in front of the purpley black back here, and the red kind of pops everything. And the blue is cool. I don't know. I really like it. We're going to have to do the back at some point. I'm not going to do it on stream today because it's just where I want it right now. Oh, I think I know what I want here. I want this to be purposeful. There. Yes. Okay. This is my corporate music that he made me. So, okay, I do have one last thing. There are little designs on here. Let me use the white. Yeah, that's beautiful. I love it. I need a little bit of my contrast medium in this white or it's going to dry on my palette or dry on my brush actually. Yes. That's what it needed. Okay, let me do ivory. Sometimes white is too much. Here's my white. There we go. And contrast medium. Any kind of medium that's going to help your paints dry slower, doesn't matter really what it is going to be good for adding to a little white. It'll help it flow better. It'll help it dry more, less chalky. Yeah, that's already beautiful. Isn't it funny how just little details can help? He does have those same details on his pants. I'm going to see if just hitting that with the edge of my brush makes any difference. It's interesting. I like it. It works for me. And there's also details on his shirt, but oh gosh, I just don't think I can paint those right now on stream with the way my hands are shaking a little bit. But it's getting better. A lot of times you get to a point with a model and you're like, it's almost there, but it's not quite there. And that's kind of where I'm at with this guy. Usually for me, what that means is there needs to be more details. Careful details, not fast details. Details add information. Ugh. See, I'm getting sloppy. Okay. I think, well, let's do the last part of this pants. Just using the side of my brush to kind of go over those tiny details. And look at that. That just made a big difference on his pants. It just feels like there's depth, there's interest. There's other little details up here on his sleeve. I'm going to get these edge highlights here a little bit. Boom, boom. What do you think? He's almost there, isn't he? There's little buttons on his collar here, his sleeve. They should be black. I started painting them white and I'm like, they don't look right. Same thing with the edges on the sleeves as well. They need to be black as well. See? That looks cool. When you're painting something, do kind of make it coloring book like, you know, make important like separations. Black, white, okay? So like there. I like that. That feels good. Okay. Last, I think that's all I'm going to do on the front of him. There's other little details I see that I could fix, but sometimes you just need a break. All right, what do you think? There we go. So let me put the background so you can really see. Boom, boom. Isn't that cool? There we go. Ready for a fancy party, exactly. Haha. All right, I think that's all I'm gonna do for today, guys. So let me go ahead and end here. So I'm going to be doing a little bit more updating on December because we are getting ready for our Patreon. Whoa, that's loud. Hold on. We're going to be getting ready to do our final like ramp up to launch the mini in January. So I'm going to be doing a lot more Patreon updates and stuff and letting you guys know because I need all of your help to get the word out about this model. And so, yeah, I'm super excited. And keep an eye in your email. And I will talk to you guys soon. All right, now I get to do the music. Bye-bye.